Good morning, Elasmere boys. As today we will start a Java based program part where we will deal with the history and the development of Java. As in the last class, it was a complete theory based class. This is also a little bit theory along with a little bit programming knowledge. As you have already visited the link that I have sent you regarding the history and development of Java. As we know, the person in the picture of the slide is actually James A. Gosling. He is a famous software developer and also he was honored with a PhD degree in computer science from Caroline Mellon University. He named the language as Oak while starting it an oak tree outside his office window. Later, the name has changed into Java as with the inventor involved in the project with James Gosling, Arthur Van Hoff, Andy Belatystem. So that name changes in the form of Java. Java, being an object-oriented programming language, encapsulates many features of C++. Initially, Java was designed and downloaded only for the web browser purpose. Later on, it has gained a wide acceptance as a programming language. Let's look at what are the two types of Java programs we have. We have applets, or we can call it as internet applets. A Java applet is an applet delivered to the user in the form of Java byte code, which we will discuss later on in this chapter only, and can run in a web browser using Java Virtual Machine. An applet is a program written in a Java programming language that can be included in HTML page, much like your HTML pages that you also have practiced in class 8. Much in the same way, an image is included in a page. On the other hand, the application, which we called as stand-alone system, is a Java application, is a programming language, was primarily developed to deal with embedded applications, but with the introduction of other user interface utilities to Java, it made its mark in the desktop application too. Now the trend is to use Java technology in developing large web and enterprise applications. The program that you have practiced in class 8, those are all Java application program, and we do not have Java applets in our syllabus. We have only Java application part. Okay, so let's look at to the next slide that we will get over here. So the next slide over here is the features of Java. As you can see, there are almost 12 features it is pointing to, as Java is object-oriented, simple, secure, platform-independent, robust, portable, architecture-neutral, dynamic, interpreted, high-performance, multi-thread, and distributed. Let's talk about some of this feature. First, it is very simple. Learning and practicing Java is easy because it resembles with the programming language like C and C++. It has a lot of object-oriented features unlike C++. Java is completely object-oriented, as we have seen data abstraction, inheritance, this concept were there. Distributed, it is easily used in a network system with agreement of transfer control protocol, which is TCP. Java is designed to use on internet. It is virus free and it will not give you trouble while running it. Robust, it is strong enough with an intellectual challenge inside itself. It does not crash easily. It has exception handling, which means it can handle errors and some kind of trouble and memory management features. Interpreted Java programs are compiled to generate the bytecode, which is an intermediate code. The bytecode can be downloaded and interpreted by the interpreter into a .class file. Will have the bytecode instruction and JVM, which can interpreter will execute the bytecode. Now we will move forward the concept of bytecode. Let's see the top diagram, which is pointing as a source code compiler going to the object code, which means in general program, source code is a coding that we write in a high level language, and compiler which checks for the error as whole throughout the program and then convert that into the machine code, which is a binary code of 0 1, and it runs the program. But what happened in the case of Java? There is a slight change in the total procedure comes into the Java format. As a Java program runs, it first, when we write any program of Java, it got saved into the extension called .java. After the .java extension code is get compiled and created an intermediate code which is known as bytecode. So the program written in Java are compiled for conversion to an intermediate code called bytecode. This code is independent of machine on which the program is to run. This makes the Java program highly portable as the bytecode can easily be transferred from one system to another. So whether your operating system is Windows or Linux or Mac, you can easily run any Java program without any kind of trouble or any kind of problem, which you may face while you don't run any object-oriented programming language like Fortran or COBOL. Okay, so Java machine code varies for different platforms like Windows, Unix or Linux, and OS operating system like Mac. Java interpreter converts the bytecode to machine code accordingly. JVM, which is a Java virtual machine, let's see in the picture as it pointed out, acts as a virtual processor which processes the bytecode to machine code instruction for various platforms. That is why we called it as Java virtual machine. So let's look at what are these. We have JVM, as I said, JVM, JDK, GRE, these are the some terms we will get to see all the time while doing a Java program. Let's look at the image. The JDK is the full form is Java Development Kit. JVM is Java Virtual Machine. It presents in the interpreter. It is the in name of the interpreter which converts the final set of code before running it into any operating system. And JRE is the Java runtime environment within which we write our code, we write using keywords, we get the output. Okay. JDK contains Java class libraries for different purposes, and we use different versions of JDK to run the BlueJ, which is the application that we run while writing the Java program. Let's look at some Java reserved words. Reserved words are also referred to as keywords. They are those words used in programming which are preserved within the system and can carry some special meaning to the system compiler. These words cannot be used as variable names while writing a computer program. Java language contains various reserved words. So there are some words which are not used as a keyword, like literals word like true, false, and null. So we can say that all the keywords are reserved words, but all reserved words are not keywords. Reserved words contain keywords as well as some literals like true, false, and null. So some unused keywords like const and goto, which we do not use furthermore in the Java program, those are also reserved words. Compiler has a special meaning to it. We don't have to define them, we just use them. And below is a list of different reserved words in the Java. So they used as a reserved word. Some of them are keyword. Some of the are right now we don't use them. They have become obsoleted. And some true, false, null we do use in our program, but we cannot call them keywords. They are actually Java reserved words. Let's look at how we write an output statement in Java. The output statement in Java programming produces result of any execution on the screen. The values to be produced on the screen are enclosed within the braces first bracket start off. However, it is also used to display a message while entering a value to the computer or producing result. It makes the appearance more user friendly. Whenever you are writing a terminal window and in a terminal window it is saying you enter the value as if the terminal window is talking with you. The output statement can be written in two different forms. One is system.out.print. When you use this statement, the cursor remains in the same line on the screen after producing the result. And the next one is system.out.println. This statement is used to pass the cursor to the next line of the screen after producing the result. In case you use multiple print statements by using println, then each value will be printed in the next line. Hence, the ln applied with print acts as line feed so that the cursor may skip the existing line and move to the next line. Let's look at that with an example. See, in the example, first we wrote system.out.println hello world. So println means after hello world, the cursor goes down. System.out.print good morning. So the cursor remains there. System.out.println Java is school. So after Java is school, the cursor goes down. And last one, so is our teacher. So after writing that line, the cursor goes back down again. So these are the output statements of Java. Let's look at the last slide, which is the comment statement in Java program. Sometimes it becomes difficult for a user to understand the logic applied in a program, particularly when other person has developed in it. In such cases, the programmer keeps mentioning the purpose and action being taken in different steps. This can be made possible only by applying the comments and statement in Java. There are three comments in Java: single line comments, multi-line comments, and documentation comment. Here, as you can see in the picture, the first one pointed as the documentation comment. The second section pointed as by 2/ circle, which is single line comment, and the last one pointing as multi-line comment. So in a single line comment is applied in a program where a comment can be expressed in a single line. It may be used as a separate line or in a continuation of a program statement, whereas in the multi-line comment, the programmer may need to explain the logic of a program in detail. In this situation, they use multi-line comment which starts with a slash star and ends with a star slash. The third example. And the first one, which is a documentation comment, during the course of the program, the user may need to include some text documents of his program. The document may not be a discussion about the program logic, but might serve some information to be viewed by the other user who may need to execute the program. A documentation comment is used to fulfill this requirement. The comment starts with slash double star, as you can see in the first example, and then ends with a star slash. The beginning time there are 2 star. Now this is the end of the topic. Till then, stay well, stay connected, and maintain social distancing.